August 18, 2023 compucram examsim 90, pad, Q, and B take title together at the same time under the same deed, each owning one half of the real property. What form of co-ownership will law presume they have? Correct answer, tenancy in common. Rationale to have joint with right of survivorship, joint tenancy in common. All four unities must be present: possession, interest, time, and title. Right of survivorship also must apply. Estate by the entireties is a form of co-ownership between husband and wife with right of survivorship, but has been abolished in most states. Because the question did not specify whether A and B have the right of survivorship or not, the law presumes tenancy in common. Q. Stock in a mutual water company is best described as, correct answer, real property. Rationale: stock rights in a mutual water company are owned by water users who have organized to form a water company. The stock rights are real property. Q. Special restrictions to all properties within a subdivision would be found in, correct answer, record of restrictions. Rationale: a mortgage contains only the terms between the bank and the borrower. The corporate minutes of developers are not public records. Subdivision records are not necessarily public records either, but the records of restrictions are found on the deeds to all properties within a subdivision and on the master plat record. Q. Fixtures and showcases attached in a store that occupies rented space are considered, correct answer, all of the above. Rationale: trade fixtures are fixtures that can be removed at any time and are considered personal property, or chattels, of the tenant. Low. Q. In real estate transactions, a real estate salesperson has a direct fiduciary relationship to, correct answer, the sponsoring broker. Rationale: while the salesperson has a fiduciary duty to the broker's client, direct fiduciary duty is owed to the sponsoring broker. VAM. Q. An appraiser has selected 3 comparable sales for the property she is appraising. After making adjustments, she has adjusted sales prices of $100,000, $107,000 and $110,000. How does she reconcile these 3 different numbers? Correct answer, use a weighted average, giving the most weight to the most similar property. Rationale: there is no magic formula. The appraiser must use their best judgment. Usually the most weight is given to the comparable with the least adjustments. Q. What is market price? Correct answer, the price the property actually sold for. Rationale: market value is what the property is likely to bring. Insurance value deals with the cost of replacement. Fin. Q. The obligation or promise to be personally liable for conditions in another person's contract is known as, correct answer, assumption. Rationale: the giving of one person's rights under contract to another is assignment. The promise to be liable for another person's obligations under contract is assumption, that is loan assumption. The seller assigns the loan while the buyer assumes the loan. Q. The note that calls for payment of interest only is called a/n, correct answer, straight note. Rationale: an interest-only note calls for the payment of interest only, or no payments, during the term of the note with all accrued money being due and payable on a certain date. This is also called a straight note. Top. Q. Who prepares the tax bill? Correct answer, the tax collector. Rationale: the tax bill, which assesses land and improvements separately but taxes them at one rate, is prepared by the tax collector. Q. Real property may be transferred or alienated by all of the following except, correct answer, inheritance. Rationale: private grant, public grant, and operation of law, foreclosure, are all ways of acquiring title by transfer. Inherited property is acquired by will or succession. Pad. Q. All of the following documents must be approved by the real estate commissioner prior to use except, correct answer, independent contractor agreement. Rationale: documents we execute with clients must be approved by the Department of Real Estate. Documents between brokers and salespeople do not. Q. Which of the following are considered untrue statements made without facts to back them up? Correct answer, negligent misrepresentation. Rationale: when an agent makes untrue statements without facts to back them up, the agent may not be aware of the misrepresentation but may still be liable. This is negligent misrepresentation. Con. Q. If seller Adams simply decides not to go through with the closing on a sale to buyer Williams, what can Williams do about it? Correct answer, sue for specific performance and for damages. Rationale: a successful lawsuit for specific performance may compel Adams to perform his responsibilities under the contract, including transferring title to Williams. In addition, if Williams can prove other damages due to Adams' refusal to perform, Williams may also sue to recover those damages. If the contract was executed, completed, Williams had obtained equitable title, and it would not matter that closing had not occurred. Q. A meeting of the minds refers to, correct answer, the offer and acceptance. Rationale: when one party makes an offer and the other party accepts the offer there is mutual assent, which is called a meeting of the minds. The consummation of a real estate sales contract generally does not occur until closing, where a deed and consideration are exchanged.